Hello everyone and welcome back to Send It's Weather channel. Well, I'm going to get shouted at in the comments by Mr. Nosy Bonk, I'm sure, in this video, because we are looking at some more winter charts. Kind of a winter lover's wet dream, as I'd call it. Oh, sorry if there's any younger viewers watching. But anyway, we are looking at the latest from the CFS run to see what it is showing exactly today. But yeah, this run is pretty crazy, and you are about to see why I'm bringing it up today. And I know it's another winter video, but why not, you know? Also, Send It's Weather merch is out. Links in the description if you're interested, or email me at senditsweather@gmail.com and we'll sort things out for you. And cheers to everyone that has already bought it. It is going pretty fast. So, yeah. And also, I wanted to ask if anyone is interested in these mugs in either red or green. We might do a limited release at Christmas, so put in your comment yes in the description if you're interested and would like to buy one around Christmas time. But anyway, so I'm showing you this because it's very interesting. So we're starting on the 13th of November. We've got a ridge in the Atlantic going up towards Greenland. Low pressure's to our east and winds are in from a northwesterly direction. This sets the precedent for what might happen later on. So of course, bringing in northerly winds at this point. High pressure's ridging to our west and remains out to our west, bringing in repeated northerly shots and bringing in this cold air southwards. Then you can see high pressure's trying to reach towards Scandinavia again. Hint, hint, wink, wink for later on. But obviously everything topples away and high pressure begins to build over the top of the country and just to the northeast. And we bring in kind of a slack easterly wind. Look at the cold air already developing over Eastern Europe into Western Russia. So just wait and see what happens. Could actually bring some quite cold nights if this came off with that easterly wind, depending on the origin of the air. And if you look, it's originating from quite far eastwards, so probably quite cold. Into the longer term, though, into the longer term, what am I on about? It's still all long term, it's 3 months away. By the 11th of December, you can see areas of low pressure from the north, which actually looks like the TPV, the tropospheric polar vortex, is being shifted away. But that might just be me. Lots of high latitude blocking trying to take place as well. But anyway, we've got an area of low pressure clearing to the east by the 12th of December. And behind that, we're bringing back a northerly wind. Slack northerly wind, but again, could bring in a few wintry showers or the first ones of the season. High pressure ridges back through the country, but again, could be quite cool or cold with that on nights. But you do see high pressure begins to take over and do its thing. But you can see low pressure's never too far away from encroaching. But again, another shot at cold northerly winds. High pressure returns, or is just out to our west region in the Atlantic. Winds turn into a northeasterly direction temporarily. And the -5 line comes back again. Sitting over the country again and just to our north. And it's trying to build to our north, but doesn't quite. There's too much energy in the Atlantic. But you can see that little ridge there, that little ridge which tries to build towards Greenland sets the tone for what is about to happen. That little ridge there causes a surge of high pressure to form, or warm advection to form towards Scandinavia, a Scandihigh. Send it to Scandinavia. I haven't said that one in a while, but it's back today because that is a proper Scandihigh. And look where the origins of the air are returning with this one. They are returning from a long way east from the origins of pretty cold air, the Arctic. And look at that. Bitterly cold air through Scandinavia and the Nordic regions on the fringes of moving into the UK. And look at that. 4th of January, we've got high pressure to our north, so pretty dry for Scotland. But we're bringing a bitterly cold easterly wind there. And the blues circling around the country, the -10 isotherm through the country. Pretty cold, plenty of snow showers in the southeast there probably. You can see by the 5th high pressure is beginning to topple over the top of the UK, but very cold and frosty nights in the north, definitely possible there. Minus double figures maybe even. You can see we are losing that easterly wind because of the high pressure building back in, but again, still probably bringing in a few wintry showers before the high pressure settles over the top of the country. Oh no, what have I done? For the high pressure settles back over the top of the country. And we do turn things briefly milder, but again, because we've had all that cold air aloft for a long time, on the surface we could have plenty of snow cover, and this will not melt away because even though the upper temperatures are milder, if this came off by the 9th, 10th of January, it's still quite cold at the surface and it'll take a few days to clear away. But you can see it doesn't last long before high pressure begins to build back northwestwards again. Look at that. It's still ridged to our northeast towards Greenland, and look at that, winds back into a northeasterly direction. Areas of low pressure are trying to make their presence known as they try to force the way in. We get a big snow event there on the 13th, possibly in the southeast, with an area of low pressure elongating, stretching out under the pressure of the high pressure to our northeast, and then it builds again, high pressure strengthening towards Greenland, and look at that -5 line flying back in, and this is just ridiculous. Like, honestly, if this came off, everyone would be like dancing. I'd be dancing. Snow dance. Look at that. Cold northerly winds returning, high pressure strengthening towards Greenland, and we've got like a really cold air mass moving southwards again. It's like a polar lobe moving through. Kinks in the isobars there. Oh, kinky isobars. I'm not doing that again. That could bring in a little feature there, little troughs and features. There, -10 line wrapped in, bitterly cold. Look at these air masses. It just stays all around and around. Look at this. High pressure towards Greenland just continues to remain dominant. Low pressure to our southeast. It's sliding the lows southwards due to the force of the cold air plunging down the country. And look at that. We're into a proper northerly blast by the 21st. I mean, this would probably be quite historic if this run came off, because look at the amount of cold on that chart. -10 line and below. Temperatures below freezing for the entirety of Northern Europe. That is pretty exceptional. Obviously not exceptional, as you'd call it, but it is pretty cold, especially for the UK. And it just continues. Areas of low pressure pushing through, bringing copious amounts of snow. I'd hate to see the snow depths that it's predicting. An area of low pressure pushing in by the 24th, trying to go, hey up, I want to disturb your flow. It doesn't work because the cold is still too strong, and pushes that low south, bringing a massive snow event to the south there on the 25th. Clears out, and again, -10 line back through the country. Ridge builds through the country, turns things slightly milder, but then again, look at this. High pressure goes, hello, I'm making my appearance known again. Ridges back to our northwest, and look at that. Winds back into a cold northeasterly direction. -5 line back through the country. -10 line through the country at times, as the high pressure just maintains its dominance to our northeast. Copious amounts of snow again, with little features, troughs, blows, all this sort of crazy stuff happening. And look at that, it just continues. High pressure just remains to our northeast. Even I'd be getting fed up of the cold at this point. It just remains to the north, and -10 lines are sinking through the country over and over and over again. Prolonged cold, bitterly cold. This would be, this would make the papers, that's for sure. This would make the tabloids. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. A crazy one. I've never seen the CFS do something like this, and I know it's experimental. Don't get too excited. It's all experimental. Everything's experimental if you think about it that way. The models can't get things right a week away sometimes. So, you know, this is as likely as a run happening next week of it turning bitterly cold. It's just the same thing, really. I mean, look at this. It just polar lows going, wee, hello, just flying through the country. Copious amounts of snow falling, areas of low pressure trying to push up from the south, trying to dislodge the cold air, do not make a difference. And it just stays cold for so long. Even when it turns milder, it barely lasts. And obviously you see a transition from the cold air to the milder air, and there'd probably be big snowfalls there. So it just continues and continues until around the 21st of February when things do turn milder. But imagine, just imagine this winter, just imagine it. It would be insane. So, basically between Jan and Feb, from that little feature which forms towards Greenland, that area of high pressure forming towards Greenland, causes all of this to happen. Bitterly cold northeasterly winds, plenty of snow in the east and the southeast. Really cold nights, probably minus double-digit nights, probably daytime temperatures well below freezing. It would be, you think bees from these? Pfft, that's nothing compared to this. Wow, but yeah, that is a pretty insane run. So, what did you think to that one? If you did enjoy the content and want to see more from your favourite weather channel, Sendix Weather, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate your continued support, and I do apologise for the amount of winter content. We will be back with a regular video tomorrow, possibly. You know, I can't always guarantee that there'll always be, you know, a regular video, but it'll always have some sort of fun mixed in. We will always show the can't forecast snow model when it's showing things like this. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your continued support, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.